And we are recording. None of us know what number podcast we're on, but welcome to our podcast. I'm
We just do it.
Matthew this week.
Hi,
And maybe next week too.
I'm Matthew this week.
I'm Matthew next week.
Next week,
I'm Matthew eventually.
so big things are happening. Philly is almost in green. John disappeared, and but they had to stop going to green because our cases aren't as low as they want them to be. So we are not in green. Hey, Nick, are you technically in Philadelphia County? Like, is your rules, do you guys go by what we go by, or?
I think we might be like a slight shade ahead of you guys at any time, just because we're a little less populated.
Oh.
But I don't think we're in the green. I don't know. It's just a color.
Exactly. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really feel like much is gonna change, at least for me personally, from red to green to yellow. Besides the fact that my work is the museums are opening back up, even with the slowed rollout of green, they're still opening back up.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
You're right down there. What are you doing?
It's hard being as greasy as I am.
Oh yeah, I don't think we need to know that. So Nick, how's everything been? I see you're rocking the unreleased 1940 shirt.
Nick froze.
Nick, you totally froze, man.
What did I miss?
I asked you how you been. You totally froze.
Stoic.
Internet sucks. Well, my hair salon opened on Friday, so I got my hair trimmed. It looks thinner, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh, wow.
But you still look like you could be in a like easy, like breezy, beautiful cover girl. Like,
Herbal essence.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, it looks healthy, that's for sure.
How long are you
Thank
planning to let it grow?
Stay tuned.
All right. Give me a reason to stay tuned.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
How are y'all doing?
Matthew has a big day tomorrow. Matthew, tell him about your big day, little buddy.
Tomorrow's my my license. I go for my license. I take my road test.
Righteous.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm pretty confident. I don't know how NASCAR let me in without being officially licensed, but I feel like that's more their problem now than mine.
Totally.
But yeah, tomorrow is the big day. Tomorrow morning, I'm going for my road test. So hopefully, next week's podcast, I'm not really sad. Oh no, I didn't get my license. So hopefully by this time next week, I'll be a licensed boy, and then all 4 members will be licensed. That way, we can all drive each other crazy.
Oh.
Where's the leave button? That was really bad.
Yeah. But it's really good because when we hit the road after all this mayhem is done, there's be a lot less worries because an 8-hour drive suddenly turns into a 2-hour drive for all of us.
Oh, good point.
Well,
Like
4. It would be 4 because we're going to need at least 2 cars with all the equipment.
Well, I mean, not if we have a bigger car. Not if we can rent a vehicle, or we could do.
Even if I take the Caddy, the Couchmobile.
The Couchmobile.
You mean a 40s van?
40 van, yeah. Do a 40 van.
Anyone want to sell us a really great van for like $300? Hit us up.
I'm totally. All these. We're about to hit a major depression. A lot of these dealerships and rent-a-car places might want to get rid of things for really cheap. Excuse me.
We'll be there to capitalize.
You know what I mean? We might get lucky and get like an all right, like 2008 van for like.
Nick, you pay attention to the car market. What's going on there, bud?
Well, I used to, but I think we could probably get some deals right now. Believe it or not, like the dealerships supposedly are doing all right because everybody's just sitting in their house right now. I guess now they're emerging, but I guess they're just like wanting something new to focus on other than the news and the coronavirus. So they're going out and buying vehicles like hotcakes. So
Yeah. Another thing too, you bring up the news because everyone is like absolutely addicted to the news. Josh, what are you a watcher of news? We haven't spoken about anything that's been going on, current affairs, in so long, or do you
Don't
completely
even-
avoid it?
What's even going on in the world? I don't know.
Well, Russia put bounties on U.S. soldiers.
I
and,
actually did see that.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
oh my.
So recently, Jon Stewart was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he talked about how damaging the 24-hour news cycle is. You don't really realize it until you actually think about it, that it might not be too natural to constantly have the news blurted in your face. Like, when's the last time, like, isn't it nice to just, like, someone tells you, like a news story, like someone at work or something, they're like, dude, you hear what happened?
Old lady Philomena saves 6 pandas. You know, they don't talk about that kind of stuff anymore.
Yeah, I missed that one.
I think they still do talk about old lady Philomena.
Yeah, it's Nancy Pelosi.
So me and John
Are both Matthew McCare, apparently. I just noticed.
Oh, is that what it does?
I didn't notice
Oh,
that
yeah.
you pointed it out.
Yeah, we sure are. And he froze too. Look at that face.
Oh, that is definitely.
I think I
Matthew
still hear
McCare
him. I still think I hear him cracking his pistachio nuts open. Oh God. So me and John are going to do upcoming. We're going to be doing a 4th of July.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited for this
special on our Instagram and our Facebooks this week. Usually
we do a Sunday quarantine concert. This week is this very special weekend. We're doing a Saturday special edition of it's a 4th of July extravaganza blowout with Pistachio King and Matthew.
An extravaganza blowout.
All those things.
It almost sounds like we're ready to close our discount store.
We almost, well, yeah, maybe.
Everything must go.
So every week, what? You're Pistachio King. I noticed.
Josh, I know that you were trying to keep this a secret, but I want to be the first to congratulate you publicly. Josh is the new captain of the Boston Bruins, everybody.
Why not the Flyers? I mean,
wow.
Why not the Flyers?
About fucking time.
I just seen his name. The striped boy wonder strikes again. Yeah, I really can't wait to just rehearse. I'm so excited. At some point soon, fans, we might be rehearsing.
I don't think so.
Oh wow! Well, way to put a damper on my party.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna quit the band and just start selling pistachios full time.
Kind of look like it with that, like your mask kind of looks like a little pistachio farmer get up you got going on right now.
Yeah.
Well, you know why? You know who I am today?
Camera work. John, what are you doing? Are you filming an action movie in there?
You know who I am today?
Pistachio commercial.
Who?
I'm Johnny on the spot today because I didn't listen to any of the songs.
Oh shit!
I didn't do any work for this.
Oh boy!
I came in, plugged up, and was like, "Let's eat some pistachios."
Well, usually we like to end our show with it, but do we want to do it early and ramble on?
No, we got more stuff to get to. We released a record called Nightbirds.
Oh, did we?
Let's talk about that.
News to me.
Yeah, I didn't remember that. Can you tell me and Josh what we should do?
I'm thinking
Eat pistachios.
I'm thinking we get our own brand of pistachios. And we, I just learned.
John, you're killing that. Come on.
I just learned that you gotta have iodine in your salt, or it's fucking bullshit.
That's true.
John, I'm
I
gonna
just
be.
wanna-
You were just on
That
it.
is the worst promo for Nightbirds ever.
The album is salty. Just that's what he's trying to get at.
Oh God.
We're salty that no one's listening to it right now. Like at this very moment.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
at the very least, the album art kind of matches me and Josh's shirt. So if that's enough of a promo, Nick's wearing a band shirt. At least the three of us here, besides John, really would like you to go listen to that and check it out.
Please.
Hopefully soon we could go to a venue and play these songs for you live. That's what we actually really love to do, and we can force you to buy a CD.
Yeah, we
no
really
choice.
like to come up to your cars outside the venue and beg you for some money for the CDs.
That's actually Josh's. Josh, we're delegating that job to you now.
I'll stand in front of their cars like the people who want to wipe the windshields down.
Except you'll just shove it right in their face. Here, take.
I'll put it right under their windshield wiper.
Ooh,
Gently
demanding
place it in
money.
their lap with their windows down. Actually,
who's
put it
watching?
in the stereo.
Who's watching 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days?
So good.
Is anyone else watching that?
I've seen like one episode. I have to say I enjoyed it. It was a lot, but it was funny.
It's classic.
Josh, do you have any exposure to this?
Not before the 90 days. The only thing I know is there was the one guy a couple seasons ago who's become a little bit TikTok and internet famous. I don't remember what his name is. Big Al, Big Mo. I don't know what his name is. Big Ed.
Big Ed.
Big Ed.
Big Ed's TikTok famous now?
A little bit, yeah.
Well,
but
don't
they're
spoil
kind
it,
of making
we're
fun
on
of
his
him.
season.
Oh, okay.
Big Ed is absolutely crazy. I actually know the story. I watched the whole story on YouTube. John still doesn't know. There's so much that happens, but it is just insane. I mean, to think that there's I don't know about you guys, but I think I'd want to meet someone that's close enough that I can go see them. John, you look like you're ready to be on the show.
I'm about to learn how to fly an airplane in 1893.
I
Are
didn't
those
know
new
that.
glasses?
These they're not prescription. They're blue light blocking glasses.
Oh.
So John
because
you
cannot
can't-
see right now.
You can't see any of our faces.
No, I can see. I guess it's just I don't know what the difference is. I don't know. Maybe I got cheated out of money.
Would be the
Be
first
the first-
time.
I don't think they're supposed to truly change the way shit looks. I think they're just supposed to block your eyes from blue light. I don't think blue light's noticeable. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Blue light is detrimental to your well. I mean, when the sun goes down, the blue light's supposed to go away. So but we have screens to give us artificial blue light, forces our brains to stay awake.
I'm in
Wow.
a fucking gang.
Is this a new direction you're taking your life in?
No, I've been in a gang. We're called the 40 Masters.
That's kind of
Sounds
lame. That's lame.
like a 90s rap group.
That's lame.
I feel like Josh, you'd be the producer that no one talked about until the documentary that came out 2015 on Netflix.
I accept.
But the real brains behind the music was Master Stevenson.
Oh, God. I think I would come up with a different name.
Let's take it back to the slavery plantations.
Stripes. We'll just call you Stripes.
Speaking of the slavery plantations, that country band, Lady Antebellum, kind of half-assed changed their name to Lady A to avoid
heard
being
that.
associated with slavery. But people are like,
What?
it just drew
So-
more attention to their name.
Yeah.
What does antebellum mean?
Just like it's just like relating to like that period. But it's usually referring to architecture though.
Oh,
Their excuse was they just liked they took pictures when they were young, band photos in a house, and it was in the antebellum style, and that's where they got their name from.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know. I mean, I guess you learn something new every day. I didn't even know that had anything to do with. I guess it's just old Southern architecture, and it just relates to. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I mean, it's also. I mean, whether you like it or not, it's a catchy name. Like if it might have a bad meaning, but you know.
Well, the Dixie Chicks changed their name to the Chicks.
Dixie
true?
Cups, maybe copyright infringement.
No, Dixie. I think Dixie's.
Oh, like another Southern term.
Yeah, I don't know what it would
Looking up
mean.
antebellum stuff.
Yeah, the definition is just occurring or existing before a particular war, especially the American Civil War.
oh.
I guess I could maybe see that. I'm going to be honest, I kind of forgot they existed. David Bow Wow.
I will say this: I never forget about Lady A.
I don't know. I think
check
that's a
their
hard
Spotify
sell.
page. I want to check their Spotify page. I want to see if they actually, if it's that deep.
The 1:15.
That's a great song.
I'm a little drunk and I need.
That could have made our song be song.
Yeah,
it really did
I was
change
actually
it,
thinking
yeah.
about. You know what the problem was? I couldn't figure out like a comparable country pop like huge hit like that.
Maybe next year.
I think you should expand your
Well,
influences, sir.
we listened to some Johnny Cash's debut album today while we were working on some stuff, and it's called "With His Hot and Blue Guitar," and he had some pretty heavy songs back then. I
Yeah,
worked the railroad track and then I lost my foot. Like he was very on the nose about stuff.
Good old Johnny.
Yeah, but good music, good quality music. Listen to Johnny Cash's debut album. Everyone. Oh God, I don't have anything else to say. I don't have anything going on in my life, and I'm alone. My girlfriend's in Texas.
Oh man.
Yeah,
That's what
Like all your exes.
yeah. I mean, I thank God they haven't ran into each other because they do all live in Texas.
Hey, it's a big state.
So when we're watching this 90 Day Fiance show, this lady who's on the show lives in Moscow is like, oh, I want to live in the big cities back in America. This guy's thinking she's using him to get to America. So she's like, I don't think Knoxville and Nashville, they don't seem too fun. How about New York? And I was thinking Nashville seems like a lot of fun, don't it?
Nashville.
Yeah, but her backstory is she lived in like a fucking hut for
Siberia.
like 10 years. She lived in like a Russian like campground. Like she didn't have no real fucking buildings and shit. So she wants to see all the she don't want no more forests and all.
Like the Shire.
Yeah, she could do with some neon lights and all that.
Yo, I don't know nothing about this. Do you think we can go to Moscow and like become famous there?
Sure.
Like the 40s the 40s explore Moscow.
We could talk about it after this episode. I'd rather not, but we can. I think Matthew's face tells it all.
I don't know. They seem like they speak alright English.
I don't think they would look across from Peking.
Our melodies are catchy enough to where them Russians don't even got to speak English.
Especially our song that we have, Bebop Balua.
Very
I feel like
catchy.
the fly right now.
Would you say you think you could fly? I'm going to be honest. I would love to go to Moscow. I just don't think that's where we would break new ground.
Well, if we had a sledgehammer,
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah,
At
I
least
don't
you're
think he would
thinking
break.
big.
You know what though? I think Putin would probably like us. He would. He would. I think he would really like. I think he would really like Josh.
Who
I don't
doesn't?
think I'm his type. I don't really ride horses and do it shirtless enough.
It's not about the shirtless horse riding, Josh. It's about the stoic, strong, silent type. That's what Putin likes. That's what he wants. You'd be a shoo-in for the KGB.
every time my ears ring,
Josh really could be seriously. Josh, you have a spy look. Like you could easily be in like a James Bond movie. What's the other spy scene? Mission Impossible. I could see Josh Impossible.
yeah, Josh Bond.
I think I'm the same height as Tom Cruise, so I can pull it off. If he can do it, why
You're
can't
way
I?
tall. Tom Cruise is like 5'6". You're way taller.
He's
than him.
5'6". Oh my
He's
god.
short.
No, wait. Let me ask Google. Tom Cruise's height.
I fought him one time. He's short.
Tom Cruise is 5 feet 7 inches tall.
There you go.
Five
Taller
foot
than him.
7.
Off by an inch. That's
I
funny.
fought him one time. I beat the shit out of him.
You beat the shit out of Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
How did you
That was
not?
me.
How wasn't there a lawsuit or some? They didn't send their Scientology lackeys on you.
Well, it was for Scientology. That's why. It was a
Did you-
initiation. We jumped him in.
Is that how people get initiated in the Scientology? They get jumped in.
It's one of the levels.
Nice.
You get
Sign
jumped
me
in
up.
by the Scientology crew.
I
Every
still
time
can't
my
believe-
ears ring, I get panic attacks.
What?
Every time my ears ring, I get panic attacks.
Yeah, that happens to everyone,
I know.
especially
But like, it feels like it's like.
Tom Cruise.
Does it ever feel like it's like closing in a little bit, like you're losing hearing in one of your ears, and then it rings and then it's fine?
Yeah, that's natural hearing loss. Everyone has that as they get older.
But it comes back though.
No, so like when you get older, every single person when they get older loses certain frequencies of hearing, higher frequencies of hearing. Like everyone does. Like,
Yeah, but it doesn't happen in an instant. Like it doesn't go "Ooh," and then come back.
when you hear that, that's the last time you'll be able to hear a frequency that high. And that,
Shut up.
that range. I read that somewhere. I don't know if it's true, but
So every time
that's my reading scale.
every time it feels like one of your ears is like closing in, and then it comes back to normal. That's you losing frequencies.
I think it's just a little, like an indiscernible amount. It's not like a huge. It's not like it's gonna happen once and you'll lose your hearing.
I felt like
You
my
didn't
ear.
even You didn't even notice that they were gone. So you're good. Those frequencies.
My God, what kind of conversations are we going to have when we go on tour? We're going to be
We're
talking
gonna have-
down the alpha. John, you're not blind. You can still smell. You have your hearing.
Oh man.
The one thing I hope John loses first is his spatial awareness, so he just starts like walking in the walls and shit.
That's so mean.
That is so mean.
Just walks right off stage.
I crowd surf all the time by accident.
By accident.
Just when they put me back on stage, I do it again.
You fuse into Josh.
Yeah.
Oh, then we're a three-piece.
You're the most talented person ever.
You already can't tell left from right, so you're halfway there.
This has nothing to do with anything, but for some reason, you talking about him fusing with me reminded me of the time where he literally almost knocked me out with his guitar, just swinging it around into my
What
face.
is that? Was that live? Was that on stage?
Yeah, he was just completely into whatever he was doing. I think he was maybe going to change a setting or something, and I had to literally like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
what,
George, this
where
Mission
were we at,
Impossible.
though?
You could totally be in a spy movie.
I think it was one of the like tighter venues. I don't remember at all. I just remember it happened. I looked over at you like, really?
Robert didn't even notice it happened.
No, he didn't at all.
So you told
It's
him
pretty
afterwards,
funny.
and then he
Not
was
until
like,
now.
oh, "Okay."
I think he laughed about it after.
Before we get into our song v song, I think the tightest venue we ever had to play in was when we played right next to the beer fridge, that acoustic thing in New Jersey. That was
Oh,
the
yeah.
fridge.
Yeah, we played in a case of beer, pretty much.
Nick, I
We
don't
were
know
in
how
the
you did it.
waitress's way.
Nick, how did you do that? How did you play still?
All I had was the snare drum, and I was still in that lady's way. So I had to get up in the middle of one of our songs so she could get a case of beer.
You guys all kept
That was
it
so
on
great.
like the marching bands. Had it strapped on.
We killed it too.
Well, listen, I think it's about that time because, or I
Yes.
don't really know. We might actually have a little bit of time after, but we are moving into the semifinals or quarterfinals of the Song v Song Bracket Challenge competition.
Fun.
Our gracious song versus song host, take it away, Orlando Bloom.
This week, it's this is Johnny on the spot talking. This week it's
You have to eat nuts. Is that part of your shtick?
we do a college bracket kind of song thing. And this is the beginning of the second round. The first round was crazy. And then now, so the first round, what we did was we got songs that were similar for whatever reason, and we made them fight each other. And now we're on to the second round. It was first it was a Sweet 16. No, now we're in the Sweet 16. First it was like the Blue 32, whatever it's called. So
I like that.
this week
Hey, man,
we have, well, the first one is Teenage Dream by Katy Perry versus Even Flow by Pearl Jam. I'll go first
I love these matches.
since I didn't listen to any of them this week.
Nice.
I actually did listen to Even Flow just because it was on shuffle on my Spotify. But just thinking back on it, I think Teenage Dream's a better song. I enjoy it more. I feel like I would listen to it more if it was on my Spotify. Like, well, they both are on my Spotify. But
What does this mean? Are you
I'm voting for Teenage Dream.
wow.
Whoa.
Short and sweet.
There
I
you
like
go.
it better.
Who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go.
Nick, what are you thinking?
Out of the two matchups we're doing this week, this one was, in my opinion, a little more competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely some good times with both songs, but being in a rock band, I can't see myself voting for Teenage Dream. So Even Flow gets my pick. He got my pick the first round, and I'm sticking with it.
Josh, what do you think? I want to go last this time for this specific round.
So Nick, you're gonna be very disappointed in the rest of your rock band mates. I'm going
figured
with Teenage Dream.
This whole round is going to be just me against you three.
Nah,
Not necessarily.
Josh, you're going with Teenage Dream.
I am going with Teenage Dream.
Any reason why? Over
Even Flow is just, it's just 90s to a fault. It's not bad. You know, they've all these songs that have gotten to this round. I like all of them. That goes without saying. They're good songs.
Mhm.
I don't know. There's something about that 2010 bubblegum pop of Teenage Dream that I'll probably listen to a little more than Even Flow.
All right, so
Sure.
I actually know the fan vote because it's shocking.
Wow.
Now, out of respect for Pearl Jam, I am going to vote for Even Flow because I actually like a Teenage Dream a little bit more in the sense that I'm going to listen to that song more. I'm more likely to put that song on. But I feel like we could write it. I feel like Even Flow could be one of our jams sometimes. And I really like the song. So out of respect for Pearl Jam, I'm going to vote for Even Flow just to keep this a little competitive and so it's not a landslide every time.
well,
So John, what's the I can look it up too so you don't freeze. Let me look it up.
no, I got it already in my head. Shockingly, 95% of the vote goes to Teenage Dream by Katy Perry.
That's not shocking at all. If we didn't,
We didn't have it
vote,
wasn't like we had 4 or 5 voters. We had like 20-something voters.
I feel like it's shocking because it's our audience.
That's
That's why I feel
you're
like
a
it's
rock
shocking.
fan. That's why I was shocked.
Yeah.
Very interesting. it just gets more interesting with this next matchup that we have. For me, this matchup, I kind of agree with Nick. I think this matchup was a little bit less competitive for me. This matchup is Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi versus Born This Way by Lady Gaga.
John Bon Jovi.
Well, the band's Bon Jovi, so eat your pistachios and shut up. So I'm going to go first for this one. So I just listened to both songs with my mom before we started. And I listened to Born This Way, and like I said before in the previous round, I think I might have voted for Born This Way in the previous round. I think that's a good song. Like, it has a really good message. And I listened to Living on a Prayer. And I also think that's a great song with a great story and a great message, just fighting through something with someone you love. After listening to both songs, I listened to Born This Way, and I was like, wow, there's no difference between this song and a Madonna song at all. And then I listened to Living on a Prayer, and I go, this song's pretty unique in the sense that, not that there hasn't been songs like it since, but it was their breakout huge hit. It's an absolute classic, and I just think it's a great song. So to me this week, it's not close. I'm going with Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi.
Nice.
Go ahead, Josh.
Who wants to go?
I was actually about to nominate Nick.
Let's go, Nick. I think we should save Nick for last. Let's save Nick for last. No.
All right.
Let's save me. I'll go.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoa! It's big plot twists.
Somebody go.
So,
I'll go again.
like I said, Johnny on the spot did not listen to these songs since the last time we did this. But just thinking about it off the top of my head, Living on a Prayer is just a better song. I actually don't think it has a better. I think Born This Way is a better message. But
I concur.
I think I just like the way Living on a Prayer sounds. I think it's just a better song. So I go with Living on a Prayer over Born This Way. I like Lady Gaga though. I like Lady Gaga way more than Bon Jovi.
Okay.
Like real fast, it's not even close. As artists, it's not even close. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So,
Definitely.
Nick, I'm basically taking the power away from your votes. This is not going to be a close thing at all because I'm also voting for Living on a Prayer. So sorry to make your vote not matter. It just hits you a certain way, that groove. Like, yeah, it really is like their best song. And no offense to Born This Way. It's also a great song, great message, but frankly, there's other Lady Gaga songs I'd rather listen to.
There's about
in my
15
personal
I'd
opinion.
rather listen to.
Yeah.
Top of my head.
A plethora.
Yeah, it's Living on a Prayer. Not even a question
All
for
right,
me.
Nick, where are you at in this?
I don't know exactly who it was, but like last round, you guys were dumping on Bon Jovi, and like all of a sudden they're better than freaking Lady Gaga. John's vote doesn't make any sense because he just says he likes Lady Gaga better than Living on a Prayer, but now he's.
You're saying as artists.
He likes. I meant to say he likes Lady Gaga better than Bon Jovi.
So, you go. You say, and then I'll explain.
If I don't say, can you not explain?
We could just look at each other for a little bit.
I agree with that statement too. I way prefer Lady Gaga way more as an artist to Bon Jovi, but it's just it's specific song versus song.
If Living on a Prayer went away tomorrow, I wouldn't miss it. Born This Way.
Wow! Holy shit!
Yeah.
Wow.
No way.
Oh, I had to put my hater blockers on.
Okay, so
Living on a Prayer wins. Matthew, read him the fan vote.
All right, so Living on a Prayer versus Born This Way. Also 20 plus votes on this too. Living on a Prayer wins 95% to 5% of the vote.
Wow.
Of the fan vote. So that was also a landslide fan vote wise.
It's almost unbelievable that they both posts got the same exact votes.
Do I
It's
smell
almost a little
conspiracy?
fishy. It's almost a little fishy.
Josh, there's a cat in the background. Did they do that? I don't think that's
Is this results just from Instagram?
Instagram.
Facebook, our Facebook page, it was tied 1-1 because our Facebook's kind of dry when it comes to these voting posts. And then it was 1-0 for Livin on a Prayer, I think. So it would have been the same outcome.
Right.
Well, yeah, I think Born This Way probably is more meaningful. But I think for me, Living on a Prayer, I think I just like the song more.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I like Lady Gaga, and I don't think it's a landslide between who I like more, because my passion for both artists doesn't go very far overall. But I do like Lady Gaga a little bit more, and I think the reason I do is I just overall it really doesn't have anything to do with their personalities or anything. I just like her music a little bit more. I just there's more Lady Gaga songs I like as compared to Bon Jovi songs I like, but also I have not listened to enough Bon Jovi to really know. He has a lot more music than Lady Gaga. So when all is said and done, I might, he could catch up. But if any of his recent stuff is a signal to his earlier stuff, there's no way.
You don't like, wait a minute. You don't like Superman Tonight by Bon Jovi?
That
By
song
my
is very
brother?
cheesy.
Who's gonna save you when the stars fall from the sky? You don't like that?
That's a song Johnny on the Spot would write.
That's because I could write it without even writing it.
So Nick, what's your position on not song versus song, but what's your position on them as artists?
I think Josh said it best last round and just called him a cheese factory. That's still ringing in my head. I mean, it was cool that both matches were like a super famous rock band against a super famous pop star.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm worried. I thought this round, like at first I thought this round was going to be more competitive. Then I looked at it like yesterday or the day before, and I'm like, this is just going to be 3-1 this whole round. The fan vote's not going to matter.
Let's see, John. What are our next two songs we're doing? And let's maybe.
Would you hold on a minute?
We're running out of time, so you better hurry up.
How much time we got?
I don't
Probably
know.
like 3 seconds.
Less than a minute.
Well, if we run out of time, listen to Nightbirds. Me and Matthew do quarantine concerts. We do this every Tuesday.
4th of July